I'm Petra Strahovnik. I'm a composer from Slovenia, and I live in The Hague for about 11 years now. Actually, really hard question, I think, to define um, who are you. I think I'm questioning myself as well, but mainly I am a composer. But later on, the way I work, the way I get idea is also quite visual, because I imagine so vividly the musicians and where they stand and what they do. I really like to work with musicians that I know, but also if I don't know, I imagine people, yeah, the persons and musicians and what they do and how the whole thing, the whole form and the whole performance goes. So I think that later I figured it out that actually the visual aspect is also important to me. I was using already from very early composition, I was using different placement and, let's say, theatrical elements, but more from the sound perspective. And it was really bothering me that that the visual picture was there when I wanted, okay, the flute sound travels from the behind to the front, but I didn't want all the visual aspect to be there. So like not train walking or performance. So I thought, okay, I have to more dig into this visual world that I would feel, okay, it matches my view of my music idea and the whole performance idea. Yeah. I was born into music family from my mother's side. My grandma was actually a really amazing singer. She had such a pure voice, and she was not a professional singer. She was just singing in a choir in her village. And she used to go to the capital city to listen to concerts of choirs, like four voices choirs. And then she went back to her village and she taught the choir to sing. So she had a very good musical memory. And yeah, that's actually where is I think the essence of me growing up in a musical family. So all my aunts and uncles, they're all connected with music. We even, my family even has a family choir. But they were, yeah, singing in for different family gatherings, or also made some concerts. So this was actually, yeah, very natural for me to be. I was surrounded by music. I was surrounded by art. Already from very early age on, I was playing, like experimenting on piano and singing and having these little performances for my family. So yeah, I really wanted to start to go to music school. In Slovenia is very, you have a lot of options to go to music school. Almost everyone goes there, and it's very nicely organized. So I went there when I was 5 years old, and yeah, then I began with the piano, and then but yeah, I was very interested in sounds, in yeah, I love the sounds, different sounds, and I wanted how instruments work. So I also started to play violin, and I went to orchestra to play in orchestra, and started viola and percussion and organ. So I was like just so inspired by even one sound and combination, and how yeah, so that's, I think it was somehow natural, but at the same time I was also really I was enjoying a lot, and I was in this after school activity. We made different art projects, and I had a hard time actually to decide where to go to high school. Should I follow the art or the music? Was quite, I remember in that time. But yeah, my especially my composition teacher, he was quite encouraging me to continue musical education. And I think about that time when I was like around already, yeah, around 12 or so, I was composing also with him. So I think in that time I realized, oh, what is happening in my head? I could actually write it down, and I could bring that. So and I could just invent things and get like write these ideas down, and keep following the idea. So this was for me very moment of such with a lot of emotions, and yeah, when you're really inspired and just something takes over you. So I knew kind of in that time already. I was yeah, I said I wanted to be a composer. So that was, yeah, that was the beginning. And then it's really messy, and more, I get more a feeling of it, a feeling of the performance, and how um, I have a quite strong feeling on my body, like sensation on my body about this work. Um, and then more and more the idea, the concrete material or music or other material comes, and through um, mostly um, right before the sleep time. So I have to have some notes there to remember later. And yeah, it's let's say I cannot push it that much, but at the same time I know that it's creating anyhow, that the ideas are constant. And I have a I go for a walk in nature, or like slow walk, to really listen first the outside, and then really to try um, to limit all the outside put and all the thoughts especially, um, and yeah, to listen to the idea basically. And then when I can start that beginning, then I can hear the whole thing. So that's I saw that it's possible to control it, let's say. Because in the past I see that I was not that in control. I was, or too overwhelmed with the piece, or with the different ideas, for also different projects at the same time. And that, oh, and also if I was writing one piece and then the other was keep coming, and was more chaotic. And now I think I know more how to put my mind and my focus into what I would like to work in that moment. More than I wouldn't say that I have blocks. I have many ideas which I'm writing down in one book, because I think the different ideas are filling my space and I cannot focus into one thing. So more that, like to write down the idea, the other ideas, and maybe I will use it or not in the future. But blocks are more I think from busy life, from everyday life, that all these things that you have, the to-do list, the meeting, everything what your daily life is occupied. I think that gives the maybe restlessness more than blocks. And because I would want to spend time on creating, because this is giving me the power. Like, yeah, it takes a lot. It's a lot of work, but it gives you, yeah, you feel okay. it's really, this is who I am, and I love to do it. And yeah, I get that, give and get the energy. So for those moments which the life, when the life is very busy, I go to the nature to have long walk, or I especially like the ocean. I'm Aquarius, and I love to swim. I love uh, water, ocean. So I'm really fortunate to live here in The Hague, that I can just go and bike to the ocean and listen to the waves. And so all these thoughts can go away, and that I can really clearly see the picture. And I also use meditation to clear my mind, especially in the morning, before I start composing. Um, Now I try to have more of a healthier routine. In the past, I was a very young mom. I was mom at 18 and had babies and studies, and then in the night was time for that, everything shut it down, and I could hear and compose. So that actually, not, it's not that healthy not to have all this. So now I'm trying to yeah, to turn the schedule so that I could. So I use meditation to start, yeah, to clear the thoughts and start the focus, yeah, focusing on music. The idea of like how I connect with the topic is that I had very extreme anxiety disorder, which also kind of led me to depression in some parts. And in that time, I didn't know what it is. I didn't know what was that, because anyhow, as a artist, I think we have a bit of different perception to the world. So I didn't relate to anyone already when I was 10 and 8. I was questioning, uh, what is with me, what is with others. So already you're questioning yourself so much anyhow. And later it came this I started to have these anxieties, and also, yeah, when it led me to depression, I didn't know what it is. And I heard on radio that someone was talking about depression, and it hit me so hard. It hit me, oh my God, that's what I experience right now. I didn't want to share my thoughts and what is happening with me with others, because I was scared. I thought, okay, if I say, then this is the reality, and what will happen with me, I don't know. So it was quite a struggle to go through that. So I had I think more than 10 years that I was on and off struggling with that, until I really seeked for help, and start to gain strategy and tools, um, how to actually go from day to day, and how you can help yourself. There are so many methods, and for each work something different, and it's possible. It's possible, but if you don't know, if you are not educated, if you don't have that knowledge, you don't know how to deal with that. So that was yeah, my most strong uh, yeah, reason why I wanted to do something like that. And at the same time, I noticed also in my family and with my friends, um, there are so many people that we are so different, and many people have different. My very good friend is bipolar. In my family, it's ADHD. So it's so many different, also brain structure, and when the society and also the individual gets more information, better it is. So it shouldn't be stigma, how it was in when I was the head, and also it's still right now. I can see that it's a lot of taboo still around that topic. So it was very it's very delicate topic. So I was quite afraid how to step into that. And when I told Ezekiel in the first meeting what was my idea, he took it really with care and heard my ideas, and also this not knowing what will happen, what will be the result, because maybe people could say, come on, you can, if you want to play activist, you can do in different way. Why are you using this topic for your art project? So that was, it was quite delicate, and I had full support of, I'm so lucky to have this project, that Modelo would really support me with, also with professionals. I had a very close contact with psychologists that I could go back and forward about my ideas, and even my doubts about the performances, that I could speak with him about. And he really had interesting look on the project, so that really helped me. When I had the first time I had the connection with the book was actually now more than 10 years ago, for one project that was just basically writing for Ensemble, and you can get inspired by a book. So there were also a list of books that I could pick from, and I picked Ballerina. Like I read the description and I picked. And in that time, I was not aware of my anxiety yet, and nothing. I was aware, but I was not in that place yet that I would think about that a lot. And when I was reading the book, the feeling of these words just overtook my feelings. So I thought that I'm experiencing the same as Ballerina. So all this disconnection from this reality and this world, and how your thoughts and your thinking is completely, different perspective than any of others, and how you cannot communicate with others what is actually going on. And I really felt with that, like I felt so strongly with this. It's not written as she's suffering, but through the text you can experience her, her frustrations, especially when something is unknown or the sound counts, and she had to keep telling herself what is the reality, but it's very nicely written between her dreams, the reality and past, very, very nicely composed. Yeah, that was my first. And when we were thinking about disorders, the whole project, like, I said this could be the end of it, because we already had. The story goes like this. When I had a premiere of that ensemble piece for voice and ensemble, the conductor was also overwhelmed by the sound, and what is this music? And I told him, this is from this ballerina, and it's about perspective of autistic girl. And he was, it never some piece, it overtook me so much. And he said, I have a son, autistic son of 20 years old. And I was how all this is connecting. It was unbelievable. Like, I also met his son, so it was very. It was actually his wish, Alexander Spasic, that I would create opera from this book, and yeah, then finally the opportunity came with Modelo, so I'm extremely happy, and yeah, looking forward. Ideas for Ballerina came already many years ago, talking with the author of the book, Marko Sosic. The ideas already popped out. And yeah, it was keep coming, like this musical material, or also, yeah, the material keeps popping out through those years. But then it more crystallized when we started with the project with Modelo, that I knew that I didn't want to separate the ensemble and soloists. I didn't want to have that kind of cinema feeling that the two arts are separated. So I really wanted them to be involved as much as, yeah, to be the characters of the book. But anyhow, the characters are through ballerina's perspective. So everyone is basically ballerina. And for me, I think, like, I believe that musicians are natural performers. They are performers. They are not actors, except if they are, yeah, if they are trained as actors. So I thought that, and also at the same time, that realness, that yeah, of performance art aspect really, I thought this is the feat, because dealing with this kind of topic, it's delicate topic, it's yeah, you have to deal really with care. And if you as an artist and you as a musician can connect with that, because I think, like, we all can somehow relate to some aspect of what is happening with a person who has autism, or maybe you just you feel empathy to your friend, or you know somebody who is going through some struggles because of that. I'm not saying that this is a struggle, just the way the society works and the way that these individuals are placed in, it cannot be always a good match. So that's why the struggles. So I thought that this performance art is the best tool to for this project. And I was very fortunate that Jürgen Fritz, the German performance artist, and he's one of the pioneer in performance art, that he he really liked the idea, and how the combination of really going from two different art disciplines to trying to really meet, not to take one, but really trying to develop together. And yeah, he came here to The Hague. Now I think it's 3 years ago, or even 4. I'm 2018, I think, that he really had a workshop, let's say a laboratorium, with the whole team, the ensemble, and me as well, and to dig into performance art. And that was basically the start of this combining. And then we had different projects of disorders, so we could really go into that. So what I appreciate is time, because with usually you have 2 rehearsals and the performance, and here for this project the time is needed, and nobody has time anymore. And Modelo took the time took the time, every single musician took the time to read about the topic, to search for videos, to search, really do the research about the topic, and then to meet with someone who has this, let's say, disorder, and really dig into, and then at the same time to find that emotions in you, in yourself, which is quite, uh, yeah, it's a big, um, uh, yeah, I asked a big favor basically from them, because you never know where you go when you are really trying to relate and connect and see what if you would have, how it would be. And at the same time, giving your creativity. So the musicians are giving their creativity. They took the material which is proposed and written, how I imagine that it should develop, it should go, but they are taking for themselves. So they really make them, it's personalized. And I think the trust is the key for the good performance. I trust, yeah, my trust to the musician that they will really took care of that, the material, and also their trust in me that I really, yeah, I trust, yeah, the trust is important, that I trust them, yeah. So it's, yeah, that's why, that's maybe is answered why the performance art. I think everything was influencing each other. So before I had a very some clear ideas, and then but when we had a workshop, the ideas kind of turned, or maybe they came back. So it was I think back and forth. And right now with the whole disorder process, and really knowing the musicians, and also having that opportunity to work very closely with Slovenian artists on the Ballerina Nire Lab. So it's the same, the opera from the same inspiration book of Ballerina. Yeah, that gave me a lot of turns, let's say. So I think we all built and created this end result together. And now next week we start with a musical rehearsal, and then the overall rehearsals. And I think there the things might turn as well, even though the score is, yeah, is written. What I hope for is that the music and the performance is inviting them to dive into the world of ballerina, or with someone who has a bit different optic than like, let's say, normal population. I really hope for that, and that they could, yeah, find a way through that to their own emotion, maybe to reflect on themselves, because I think that's the most important. Is you cannot change others, you can just change yourself, or change your perspective, and try to um, be, yeah, be help or be better every day. And maybe because of that you can spot and see someone who is in your daily life, who is struggling, and maybe doesn't have signs of struggling. So that's basically what I hope for. Yeah, but maybe we should ask the audience if how and if the performance did trick something in them.